What a beautiful day outside on the grill. Let's check and see if our food's ready. Welcome back to the channel. This video is going to be after Christmas, so I sure hope you had a good Christmas. This video is going to be about not hot rods, but we're going to be out in the garage and we're going to be building something, and it's going to be really cool, and it's going to give you guys an idea of something that you can do at home if you don't have a big car project and you want to get outside and use some tools. It's going to give you a little bit of inspiration, I hope. It helps me out. It helps me get inspiration. It uses the other side of my brain that I don't normally get to use too much, and it allows me to just free flow and do some neat stuff with metal welders and grinders. So stick with me. Watch me create 2 pieces of artwork for my son and my son-in-law for Christmas, and see how I did it. See how much I enjoyed doing it, because I really did. And let's see where it carries us. Maybe it'll inspire you to get out and do something yourself. So stick with me. Let's see what happens in this video. If you're watching this video, then you might want to stick around to the end, because that means I finished it. If you're not watching this video, well, then this is already back in the scrap pile. All right, for you regular guys that are looking for hot rod content, I don't think this is going to be it today, but it is going to be fun. We are going to use all the tools, but I'm going to make a Christmas gift, and this will air after Christmas. I'm going to make my son-in-law and my son something cool, not the same thing. This is going to be a miniature barbecue grill / smoker. It's either going to be a gag gift to set on his desk, or he can actually use it for something maybe. So let's see where this is going to carry us. We're starting out with a piece of exhaust tubing. I'm going to say this is probably about a 3-inch piece. No measurements on this. I just cut this off with a collector, and we're going to burn out all the residue and stuff after it's done. Let's see what happens. Come on. All right, so we know how long it's going to be. We're going to go ahead and make the ends. I think I'll go ahead and make the ends now, and then I'll cut it. I'm either going to cut it in half, or I'm going to, let's start over. I'll get both these ends out of one piece down here. We're either going to cut it in half, or I'm going to cut a door, lift up door. I'm going to cut it in half, because if this doesn't work as a smoker, then maybe it'll work as maybe something like maybe to keep your food warm on the table or something. I don't know. This may be a start of something new. Who knows? All right, we got those scrapped out. Let's go cut them. All right, let's run these through the little 12-inch shear here. Cut these off. Too much trouble for a little cut like that. And now we need to let's go ahead and cut it in 2. Let's go find the Beverly shear. All right, we got the little Beverly shear out. I'm gonna try to cut this. I gotta try to cut inside that line I made, because I know that the line was done on the outside of that pipe. And the pipe's a couple thousandths thick, so All right, let's see how this one fits before we cut the next one. I think that's gonna be good. Now we just gotta cut one more of these and we'll get them welded on. Okay, so I've made the ends, we've cut those, and I've just tack welded them in place. And now we need to do the ends on the big barrel. And I cut out the piece on each end where you see them overlapping so that the smoke and the heat can come into the chamber. I've never made a smoker in my life. This is more of a novelty item, but I'm hoping that that's gonna work. All right, now I've got the ends done on the big barrel, and I've got the small barrel, the smoke chamber, attached. Let me go rummage through my parts pile stuff for a smokestack. All right, so I found a round tube and a piece of 1 inch, 1 inch square tubing and a piece of 1 inch round tubing. And I just tacked those together. We're gonna try to TIG all this, but to make things go faster tonight, I'm just tacking some spots and then we put the other end on. Now we'll have to cut our openings in this, but as for now, you can see it's starting to come together. And this mimics a smoker that I helped him cook on one day. So it's more of a novelty item. If it works and he wants to smoke a drumstick or some hot dogs, more power to him. But I made it to where you could put some hot dogs in it or some cut up sausage. All right, so I'm gonna see if I can find some material to make some legs out of, and let's tack those on there. Well, it will most definitely be after Christmas before you see this video, but I always like to build something by hand for different people in my family, and I switch it around from year to year. It may be my daughter and daughter-in-law one year, or maybe my son and son-in-law, or my wife, or my mom. This year I picked the boys, my son and my son-in-law, and I picked two of their passions, and I'm trying to make something out of metal for them. And in this case, you won't see this video until after Christmas, but I'm trying to do a rip curl, a wave. This is going to be a piece of art for my son's desk.
Try to make your
basically
art.
I went around it with a
art
Sharpie
smooth,
and I made some waves, and then I just put it in a roller and just by hand
I guess
spin it around as a rip curl. It'll probably sit on the desk, something about like that.
We
got to do some more details to it.
Rip wave.
And I'm gonna build a surfer on a surfboard and put him right here. And
it's gonna be a wave.
I don't know. I may do a
it needs to be
skateboard or
fluid.
two on
we're
another
gonna clean up
piece.
the
I'm just
edges
giving 2 pieces for his desk.
before we get done.
And in this video, you'll also see something that I'm making my son-in-law.
Like that right there.
It's not a how-to.
Keep going.
It's just a small project that anybody can get out in the garage and do. Imagination. It'll be something like that. We got to work on the bottom part of it, transition. But we're getting there. Get the wave standing up, then we can work on the surfer. All right, so this is the stand for the backup. I'm trying to cut these surfboards out, or this surfboard out. And I'm trying to make it.
A lot of you guys have made comments before,
because
I do a lot of Vice. I use my Vice a lot.
It's got a little bit of definition
about this
to
so
it.
Vice, isn't it time for a new
Cut
one?
out 2
Well,
and
it's
then
funny.
bend it in half.
I have
and then,
kind of
weld it
got a
together.
collection of Vice. None of them are very expensive or anything like that. But
I didn't have to use this thick stuff.
Family, friends have
It's
passed.
usually better when you're welding on it.
I've got their old Vice. This old Vice right here has been with me for a long time. And yeah, it's patched up and I've welded on it. But hey, it still works and it's got a lot of memories. All right, look at there. We got us a surfboard. We're going to bend the edges just a little bit to make them round.
Just trying to keep it to where
we'll
it's
start shaping it.
well. So now we got to make a little man to go on top of it. And we can do that with nuts and bolts or do it the hard way. I like the nut and bolt look. So let's see what that looks like. All right, guys, here's the surfboard. It's thick and thin in places, just like a regular surfboard. I know some of you don't understand why I went with a thin piece like this and folded it in half and welded the edges, but it just gives it that artsy look instead of it just being a one chunk. And it's not supposed to look perfect. It's supposed to look like you made it. And I believe it's going to serve the purpose real well. Well, I didn't know how this was going to turn out, so I didn't video a lot of it. But all right, so I know all of you guys, what started out to be a gag gift. You got an old junk drawer laying around. It's got bits and pieces of everything that you
on a shelf
knew you shouldn't throw away.
Rapidly became.
We're going to turn all of this right here
real working
into a surfer dude
smoker.
Don't ask me how yet. Piece of a lamp. Piece of a garage door, maybe. A hook off of my pegboard.
another piece of lamp or light fixture, some threaded rod, some nuts and bolts, and a wing nut. So whatever else we can find, we're gonna turn this in. Side. What a beautiful day outside on the grill, smoking up. Let's check and see if our food's ready. It's a two-handed job, but everything was handmade and roughly done, kind of a steampunk theme, showing welds. This is another little not given very much for my son to put on his desk. TIG welding or anything like that, but skateboard, surfboard, smoking stack, kind of the whole deal. Rad dad. So anyway, this was just a quick Christmas present that I whipped up for my son-in-law that has way too many smokers. This of a little guy on a surfboard going through the wave. I've still got to name the piece. I've got a plaque there to put on it, and this is something he can put on his bookshelf. So just a way to take some stuff in the garage and make a couple of cool Christmas gifts. All right, we got it clear coated and it's fixing to go in the gift bag. It looks like he's in the middle of a board meeting. Merry Christmas. I'll let you know if he liked it. All right, and this one too has been clear coated and is ready to go in the bag. So I just wanted to give you guys the last minute look. And I'll surely let you know how these boys like their little side gift. Hey, that's what we can do with our old junk. We can use our imagination. What is it, the right side of the brain instead of the left side, or the left